I'm Zach.
And I'm Brandon.
And we're the Bourbon Bros.
Alright guys, we got an interesting tasting for you today. So we determined that hot bourbon just isn't for everybody.
My God, it's hot.
What we're going to do is we're going to compare our 3 highest proof bourbons in order. We've got the Ingram single barrel, the Rebel cask strength, and the Elijah Craig. This is a store pick, but it is barrel proof. We're going to pour a glass neat, give you our thoughts on those, and we're going to pour a glass with some ice and see if there's a difference.
So we got O.H. Ingram River Aged Single Barrel, the original floating barrel house.
Yeah, pretty cool. So this is a Kentucky whiskey, single barrel. This is a store pick. What makes it unique is that it, like Zach said, it's a rick house that is aged on the Mississippi River.
Proof on this bottle is 124 proof.
124 proof, so
Pretty hot.
pretty warm. Let's pop into this one here. We're gonna go pretty light pours today because we got a few whiskeys to taste.
We wouldn't want to combust.
One of the things that I hear is that when you put the whiskey on ice, it can dilute both the color, the flavor, and the nose. And certainly you wouldn't want to dilute this color because that's a pretty looking bourbon.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Zach, what do you think about the nose on this one?
It's rather pleasant for, you know, for us expecting it to be hot. I don't get the nose burning hairs feeling. It's got good caramelization smell to it.
Yeah, definitely smells brown sugar heavy to me. It smells dark and definitely picking up some brown sugar here.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Here we go!
Okay, that packs a punch.
Yeah.
So it's warm, but to me it's not hot. I think it hides its proof pretty well. That's a very pleasant high proof bourbon. Any notes you picking up?
I'm picking up a lot of vanilla.
I agree. Yep. That's for sure a standout. Again, I kind of get that like charred marshmallow flavor, like the kind of marshmallow you might find in like a s'more. It's been sitting in the fire maybe just a little bit too long.
I really like the heat.
Not super oaky, not to me at least.
Yeah.
You picking up a lot of oak on this one?
I'm not picking up a lot of oak, no.
Okay, so we're both in agreement. This bourbon neat, the O.H. Ingram neat, is delicious. I think it's time to put it on ice and give our honest thoughts about it. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree.
What do you say? We go in for a quick nose, see if anything's different?
I think when you put a bourbon or a whiskey, hot whiskey on ice, it definitely hides the nose quite a bit.
Yeah, it takes all the ethanol out of it, and you're not left with a whole lot of plume.
Right.
But I think what we're really doing here is trying to tame the heat, and the heat's in the flavor.
Heat's in the flavor.
So let's give her a taste.
Give it a shot.
That's a completely different whiskey.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so it is nice. It is nice on ice. I would say, for me, right off the bat, and hey, you know what? Let me give it one more sip before I jump to conclusion. Let me give it a second try. Not for me. Yep, not for me. Not on this one.
This is so disgusting!
I would say, for me, right off the bat, all that sweetness that I got here
is gone.
Gone.
Yep.
And I'm definitely getting that char that I didn't get here.
Yep.
Really present on the ice.
Yep. No, I agree. I think it changed the flavor completely. I think some of the burn and some of the heat is still there.
Yeah. Definitely
Dumbed down quite a bit. But the nice flavors that you're looking for in a bourbon with that caramelization, that vanilla, like that kind of dissipated. And I'm feeling more just the burnt.
Yeah,
taste.
It just feels a little charred, and it really stripped out all the pretty qualities that were in the bourbon before. So I'm going to say for the O.H. Ingram River Aged Single Barrel,
I'll give this a thumbs down on the ice.
No ice.
No ice.
No ice.
Elijah Craig Single Barrel. I'm very excited about this one. This is actually one that I got.
It's one of your favorite whiskeys, right?
Yeah,
as it stands today.
Yeah, as it stands today, one of my favorites, Elijah Craig Classic. You can see these really anywhere. So it's a private barrel. I got this out in Colorado, actually. It is 125 proof compared to
124. So we're just bumping up a little bit here.
Bump it up a little bit, and also obviously barrel proof. 10 years old, single barrel, Elijah Craig.
Let's pour it over neat and give it our initial thoughts.
Let's do that. Now, kind of some backstory to this one. Why it's one of my favorites is because I share bourbon with my father-in-law.
I'm here, I'm back, there's no doubt about that.
Quite often, and this is something that I got him before I kind of got into bourbon. as much as I am now as this is an exclusive private barrel. This is really cool. And so it was a really cool gift for me one year. And so I grabbed another one when I was out in Colorado.
So that has got an exquisite nose.
Oh.
I was just burying my nose in this thing for a second here.
Oh,
and
wow. Yes.
I could just live there. That is wonderful. What kind of notes you picking up on that?
This reminds me kind of like that new Rift we had. It's got a nice plume to it.
Yeah, it's heavy.
It's very heavy.
Love it.
It's almost, I want to say maple.
Yeah, maple syrup. Sure,
Yeah.
for sure. Maple syrup. I'm picking up like a little bit of like dark pitted fruit, right? Dark stone fruit, like almost like a plum. Maybe like a little bit of berries. Like there's almost like a citrusy sweetness to it, but not maybe not citrusy.
I'm picking up like a lot of mineral notes too. You know, like not fresh cut grass, but maybe just like some soil that just got disturbed or moved around, and you kind of get the little bit of minerals in the air.
Sure. From your landscaping days.
Yeah. I was out there hoeing the dirt.
Smells like mulch.
I've done quite a bit of mulch though. All right.
I thought this was delicious, and I didn't think it came in that hot. Now, what I would say is, because this is, I felt like a more viscous bourbon, I felt like the finish was exactly what I like in a high proof whiskey. I don't want it to burn the front of my mouth, but I do want it to linger in my chest a little bit after I swallow, and this one hugs so comfortable. That's like a grandmother hug. That is comfortable.
Yeah. And
Come here and give me a hug.
I appreciate the heat is what I should say. I really appreciate it. This one has a good coating for me, which allows me to taste through that heat instead of just having a punch of heat and then dissipating. It allows me to taste those characteristics of the bourbon a lot.
Yeah, yep. So on the front for me, I get a lot of sweetness. Again, kind of that maple syrup. So I'd say that nose translated really well to the palate. But on the finish, I am kind of picking up some of that mineral you talked about. Maybe some earthy kind of flavors. Almost like a. Okay, this is odd, but almost like a leather. Just something.
I don't think that's odd. I think that's a great description.
Yeah, I'd say maple on the front, leather on the back.
Yeah, for sure.
That could be maybe a bumper sticker.
Bumper sticker for only Bourbon Bros.
Yeah, exactly. Coming soon.
Yeah, right.
Why don't we pour this over ice and give it a fair comparison?
Let's do that. Elijah Craig single barrel, private barrel. Let's get a little pour.
Let's see. So like we said with the last one, guys, a lot of the times when you pour a whiskey over ice, it's gonna cut right through a lot of the nose profile. We'll give it a fair shake. You know, this isn't a nosing glass by any means, but you should still maybe be able to pick up something.
Yeah. Good.
I'm gonna reserve my judgment here.
All right, hang on. Actually, I think the smell is a little different, but it's good.
Yeah, faint. It's still faint.
Faint.
Yep.
But I kind of smell the vanilla off of it a little bit when I'm smelling it now.
Okay.
Oh, that's a huge difference.
Big difference.
Wow.
But I felt like in a good way.
In a very good way.
I kind of feel like, contrary to the last bourbon, contrary to the O.H. Ingram, this almost enhanced the finer points of the flavors.
Yeah.
Like I got a little more sweetness on the front end.
Yeah.
And like almost a little bit of kind of a rye spice on the back end, which I didn't get initially in the meat pour.
Yeah, I'm getting cinnamon in here. I'm getting a real nice sweetness out of this. I think, so to me, when it was neat, very hot, which is appreciated, but this turned the heat way down, I felt like.
Yep.
And it elevated a lot of that sweetness, that vanilla flavor.
I think I know. I think I know.
I think we're on the same page.
Pretty obvious here. Zach, what do you think? Ice or no ice?
I say definitely ice.
I think Elijah Craig single barrel, definitely ice.
Definitely ice, yeah.
Let's bring out the last bourbon of the day. It's our Rebel Cask Strength. You want to tell the group a little bit about it?
Yeah, Rebel Cask Strengths. So what we got here on the label, it's a special limited edition Rebel Cask Strength. Our only wheated bourbon of the group.
You know, I love a weeder.
Do you love a weeder?
I do.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, it's also a single barrel. What kind of proof do we got on this?
I think we're looking at 126.
Yeah, 126 it looks like.
So hottest bourbon of the day. What do you say we give it a pour?
You never have to ask me for the pour.
I guess I'll give you the honest.
Oh,
That's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pleasant. You know what it kind of reminds me of? I don't know if I'm gonna put shame on this or not, but it kind of reminds me of the Evan Williams a little bit.
Yeah, so definitely, I was going to say the most floral of the group.
Yeah.
And I would say that despite it being a wheater, it kind of has a grassy kind of rye scent to it, to be honest with you.
It smells like fresh wheat.
And I know that's not the case. But certainly it does have kind of more along the lines of that.
But definitely floral.
Yeah.
Yeah, not like a fresh floral though. I don't know. It seems it's
You know,
very strong.
Sweetness, I'm picking up honey. I would say I'm not picking up like a traditional brown sugar, caramel, maple.
Mm-mm.
I'm thinking something a little bit cleaner, crisper.
Yeah.
I'm picking like a honey up, I think.
Yep, I would agree.
Maybe berries. Like blackberries almost? Blueberries maybe? Like a darker berry.
I would say more of a blueberry.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blueberry oatmeal. That's what it is. It's blueberries in your oatmeal with a splash of honey. That's what that smells like.
It's a very, okay.
Wait, we don't have to say anything else.
Oh wait.
That's oatmeal with blueberries and a splash of honey.
For sure.
Yeah. Yep.
A
Hopefully
little heavy cream in there.
Hopefully it tastes like that.
There, here we go.
Oh, that's a pleasant surprise. Wow, that's so mellow.
It's not as hot as Elijah Craig for sure.
That is so mellow. I gotta take another one.
The grassiness that he was talking about, it definitely comes through on the flavor, which is cool. It's nice to have a nose that matches the palate.
That's a little bit thin.
Yep.
But it has a lot of flavor.
Yeah.
It's got a lot going on.
I think even though it's high proof, it doesn't taste high proof.
Definitely. Yep. Definitely. We'll say it. It's smooth. It's a smooth bourbon.
Yep.
I really like this.
I like this too.
Pour it over ice and give it a quick review for the audience.
Please.
Get a little water in there.
A little rebel in me.
Zach's wife encouraged him to drink a lot of water today, so
So we're getting the water off the ice between drinks.
Yeah, it's about an ounce of water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
There's water in bourbon.
Yeah. There's what? Yeah.
She didn't say how you should get your water. It's just...
Yep.
Oh wow. That does not taste like a wheater over ice, but that is delicious.
Yeah, that is interesting. I was not expecting it to be as good as it is on the ice.
But this is a nice whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is nice. I think it might be a little young,
Yep.
but it is full of flavor.
It gives a nice little burn with the ice, but not as heavy.
Yeah, not intense. Yep. Any distinction between the flavor profile?
To be honest, I wasn't expecting it to be good on ice, and I think it's great on ice. And it almost emphasizes the characteristics of this bourbon a lot more.
Zach, I think I've got my conclusion.
Is it accurate with mine?
It is 100% accurate. I agree with you. I think this bourbon is better on ice.
Yeah, I definitely give that a thumbs up.
We poured it neat. We poured it on ice. What do you say we bring the lineup out and just recap for the audience?
Love that.
Ooh. All right, so we've got the Rebel Cask Strength, the Elijah Craig Single Barrel, and the O.H. Ingram River Age Single Barrel.
This one, personally, ice.
I agree. Yep, better on ice. Ice essentially changed the profile entirely. Elijah Craig, good neat. Wonderful neat.
Wonderful neat.
Probably the best of the bunch neat.
I would say so.
Yep.
Definitely, I feel like almost the hottest in taste as well.
Pleasantly hot.
Pleasantly hot.
Absolutely.
Very much appreciated.
But
I would say better on ice.
I would say it's better on ice. O.H. Ingram River Age, I'm going to say the ice really stripped it of its character.
Bad. Yep.
Changed it entirely in the opposite direction.
Yep.
Opposite of the Rebel.
Yeah, and take it for what it is. I think neat is the way to have this one.
Yeah, I agree. I would say that neat is the proper way to drink that one.
For sure.
All right, guys, thank you for tuning in. Look forward to sharing more with you next time.